is everybody's favorite bird? Starting with Thomas.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I used to have a pretty, like, ready to go answer for this.
Hippo, do you have an answer?
I do.
What is it?
It's the least birding bird of the birded.
What's that?
The penguin.
Oh, I love.
I had a
penguins
feeling
as
you were
kid.
going to say
I love
penguin.
that. Any specific penguin? Like macaroni penguin or anything?
Penguin.
Like the rock pebble ones are really small and cute.
Penguins. Penguins are cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, they become kind of one of my. Not that I've ever like really looked deep into them, but penguins are cool.
Oh,
Like
when
I was in high school.
That was like my dinosaur as a kid. Were penguins.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you remember this movie? Do you remember this animated movie called Pebble and the Penguin?
Oh, if I ever say Happy Feet, that was weirdly sexual. Go back and watch Happy Feet. They're like twerking on each other and stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
I think I missed this then. But no, Pebble and the Penguin. Great animated movie. You should watch it.
Is it wholesome?
It's one of those movies that, like, you, as a kid, you think it's a Disney movie, but when you grow up, you realize it's a different studio entirely.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember watching it as a very small child. Really liked it as a kid. So
Yeah.
Thomas, you got an answer?
The one that's coming to mind is red-tailed hawk.
Ooh, I those.
I love a good
You see
a
a
good
lot of
hawk.
them here too. They're really pretty.
Yeah.
I think I like tufted tip, or not tuft. I do love tufted titmouses, but cedar waxwings or blue indigos are really, really pretty.
falcons are also really cool.
I will tell you, I don't like the shoebill. Holy crap, that bird freaks me out.
Yeah, they're creepy. Like,
They're huge. They're huge.
I like that in Tennessee, especially on what's the Radnor. You see a lot of cranes. It's really cool.
Sure.
You see a lot of cranes here. In South Dakota, I never saw a mockingbird before. And
Yeah.
You see them everywhere here.
Yeah.
I rarely saw cardinals. See them everywhere here.
Yeah, cardinals
we didn't
are
have
around.
eastern bluebirds. You see them a lot here.
I even like sparrows. It just reminds me of Redwall. I just see one. I'm like,
the
sparrow.
house sparrows.
Sparrow.
You see a lot of house sparrows here. That's one of the only birds, those and grackles, that you can like trap and kill.
Grackle.
Yeah. There you go.
The
There's some
more you
bird
know.
Stuff. Yeah. Blue indigos. I was driving to work one day from Franklin, and I was like taking the back roads,
Yeah.
Brentwood, because they're not feeder birds, and they like to be on like the edge of thickets, and like so it's like that backwood brushy area. And I saw one, and I slammed on my brakes without even seeing if anybody was behind me or nothing. Just
Jesus.
because I just saw the brightest blue thing I've ever seen in my life, and just slammed on my brakes. It was really, really pretty. That's the only time I've seen a blue indigo. But I haven't like made an effort to go birding. I want to sometime because I'm like birds a lot. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Common Ground Podcast, your favorite podcast where we talk about your favorite form of Pauper and birds and cube sometimes and modern and whatever
Anything
we
we want.
want.
Anything we like.
It's our platform.
Turns out is our
If you don't like it, you should stay and listen. We appreciate and love you all. I am your host, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by my orange cat, Croissant, who is sitting on my lap. Also joined by Thomas, newly Hammer Gun. What's up?
Thankfully I've got food in my belly now. Yeah. I have eaten away my tilt. I missed the most convenient bus. I got out of work a little early. I was excited. Like, all right, let's go. Let's try and get the bus. I was approaching the bus station. My bus drives away. God dang it. And then I wait, and the next bus for my route gets delayed.
Dude, it's like a
I'm like,
movie.
all right, well, at this point, I'll just walk. And if I see another one coming, there's a couple stops between here and the downtown Whole Foods. Like, all right, cool, whatever. I see the next one. It doesn't see me. I'm running after it. I'm waving after it. I think I'm going to make it to the stop right in front of me. Bus is stopped. Bus just keeps going. I'm like, come on. And at that point, I'm like, well, screw it. Kind of out of spite. I'm just going to walk home. It's like a 45-minute walk or whatever.
God.
It was just like, whatever. I'm just walking home. I just came home all dejected and sweaty. It was just like,
How did you
God
get
dang.
here?
Honda's car.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, wow.
So I've had it. My feet are tired, but I have food in my belly now.
Good.
We're doing much better. And I'm with you guys.
Also joined by James Hippo Hieronymus.
Tis I.
It is you. What's up?
Worked? Currently the ceiling.
It is. Thank God. Work? Did you work?
I did work today.
Fun? Was it fun?
We all work
It was
today.
another
It's
Monday.
a Monday.
It is a Monday.
It was another Monday.
Just another manic
Well, not manic, but it was a
good.
Monday.
Oh, whoa.
Things are becoming less manic.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
good.
That's where we like things to be.
It's episode 68.
This is true.
You know how many reviews we have on Spotify?
How many?
68.
Whoa.
I want one more for next
It's
episode.
meant to be.
One of you out there.
You heard that.
Just
Not,
one.
but not two. Not two.
Just one.
You
If
better
see
check
it-
first.
Yeah, if you see it, don't leave one. I'm kidding. You can do whatever y'all want. We had Paupergeddon this weekend in Lecco.
In Lecco.
So we're going to be going over that. Really interesting. Cool. I think cool too. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very different from, I'm guessing, what a lot of people would thought. Lots more band talk after this too, which is hilarious because
Magic players love nothing more than talking about band
it
cards.
pisses me off
By
so
that
much.
you mean complain.
Yeah, by complaining.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I love a little bit of complaining too. Should we just like dive straight into it? You want to just read
Yeah,
off top
I don't
eight?
think we really have any housekeeping to go over.
No, like what?
Well, actually, I will say one thing. One thing that we were able to lock in for later on in the summer, and we'll let you all know now. The second Common Ground Cup will be Saturday, August 2nd in Columbia, Tennessee at game night.
I'm gonna win this time.
We'll be, and by winning, you mean you'll be
Commentating.
crushing it in the commentary booth? Yeah. The three of us will be bringing you commentary, just like we did for the first Common Ground Cup, and we're really going to try and push to have this be even bigger than the first one. So if you're interested in coming down, whether you're in the area or not, it'd be awesome to have some more folks
Come.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, come play.
Hang out.
Do it to it.
It's going to be a good time.
One more thing I want to add that was random. Just very fun weekend. Like Friday, got a roto draft our friend's Boomer Cube. That was incredible.
That was really fun.
It was awesome.
Very, very fun. That was hilarious.
So I went. I didn't get a spot in the 8. We didn't find a 10th for 10 people to draft because Anna's cube is big enough to support 10 drafters.
Correct.
So I ended up just kind of calling the draft just so everyone would stay like
Which is
in
necessary.
order. Yeah, it was really nice.
I did it for my peasant cube.
Yeah,
roto draft,
exactly.
and
To
it's
have a person
necessary.
there who's not drafting, just like, all right, Cameron's up, James is on deck, and then Carson, and then Ellison, and so on and so forth. Like,
You got
and it
10
was
seconds, make a
super
pick.
fun, and I got to be. Yeah, I got to be how in your peasant cube you were, calling the draft. You weren't. That one was more for stakes, and this one was much more for fun. But like, you got to be the person who's like, "Wow, I can't believe this is still here. Whoa, this is still here."
Yeah.
I
then
got
you gotta
to
do it.
kind of be that guy.
Mother
It was
Ruins never got
crazy.
picked. And This
Yeah.
is like an unpowered like Boomer Cube. So it's like
Insane.
a legacy cube, but
Yeah.
from like 2017 back, 2018 back.
Yeah.
Add surveillance.
And add surveillance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
basically.
Yeah, good mana. Like everyone's decks were super sick, and because there were a bunch of cards left over, everyone had drafted while they were deck building. I put all the leftover cards in a pile, and that was my sealed pool to build a deck out of,
pretty cool.
so that I could play games in between rounds with
And,
people.
and you played against me.
I did. And
I
you destroyed me.
you.
We played 3 games.
Yeah.
You crushed me in the
The
official
first
match.
in the first 2.
And then I got to Armageddon you in the
It's
third
fine.
game.
Heck
But
yeah.
yeah,
It's
no,
fine.
you smushed me. Smushed me.
It was very sweet.
So that was really fun. And then Saturday was our buddy Carson's birthday celebration. His birthday was Sunday, but
Happy birthday, Carson.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We went to the game night RCQ, had some fun there, and afterwards we went
Congrats to Holden for queuing.
Yes, exactly. Shout to Holden. Afterwards, we went to the Greenhouse Bar for Carson's birthday, and I get a text from my friend during a tournament from South Dakota, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" I'm just like, playing Magic and then going to the Greenhouse Bar. Why, you want to hang out? I kind of like said jokingly, and she's like, "Yeah, can we come tonight?" And I'm like, "Are you actually in town?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm visiting my brother." I'm like, "Sick." So it was like really fun to see. It's something really beautiful when you have like kind of 2 separate lives a little bit. Like I have people from South Dakota and I have like people from Nashville, and it's like there's been some blending here and there like every once in a while, but like to see her, like her hang out with like my Nashville friends and like everybody like have a good time and stuff, I'm like, damn, life is beautiful. You know, just like one of those moments. It was really, really cool. It was fun.
Cool. It was a fun night.
And I'm glad like Carson had a good night and stuff. It was like I haven't like stayed out till 2 in a long time too. Like on Broadway especially.
Yeah. I think it was about 2 o'clock, and I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah. I'm surprised like some people like made it, like, because we're not like big like partiers or anything, so just like
Yeah, the fact that I was
like seeing Anna out at 2 a.m.
is wild.
It's funny. It was good stuff. All right, let's break into this Pauper now. I just had to get some
Paupergeddon Lecco. I just want to say again, like the vibes at these things look like so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You were pretty glued in on coverage.
I was watching coverage.
And you
I had a decent amount of like just like kind of hanging out while events were going on at the hotel for like Saturday and Sunday. So I got to watch, like I watched almost all of at least like the quarterfinals through the end of the tournament for sure on Sunday. And it was great. I thought that the coverage was good. I thought that the commentary was good.
What was that?
You could be truthful how you feel.
Okay, I don't want to put it. This is not throwing shade. Everyone doing commentary, they're doing it out of the love in their heart. They love the game. They love the community. They were cool people doing coverage, and I think they did a good job overall. I think that there could have been more attention to like being a little bit more cognizant about explaining things that are going on in the games, and if someone turned on the screen, like Paupergeddon is the flagship event for Pauper in the world when it happens.
Yeah.
They had over 1,000 people
Second
watching.
Second to the Common Ground Cup.
That's true. That's true. Second, soon to the Common Ground Cup. They had over 1,000 people watching the stream at various points during like the top 8 going towards the finals. And if you're someone who's never watched Pauper before, or maybe even, only knows a little bit about Magic too, like if you're watching that and you're hearing some commentary just kind of talking about what's going on, and they did good like matchup analysis of like saying like what, like during sideboarding or like pre-game talk of like what cards will be relevant in the matchup. I think they did a good job with that for sure. But I think in the actual games, I think that it was a little bit more. I think this tournament is kind of a laid-back vibe.
Yeah.
And I think when we did commentary, and of course I'm coming from this as someone who has done commentary once, but has consumed a ton of more high-level competitive sort of commentary. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of how we kind of styled our approach off of a little bit, like the Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivans of the world, Marshall Sutcliffe and Corey Baumeister and like all these people who have been doing the coverage forever. Like more that style. I don't know.
It's hard. I think it's hard to be both knowledgeable on a subject and then also very charismatic. Mm-hmm. And there's not even charismatic. It's also very hard to be knowledgeable on a subject and being able to share that knowledge in a way that's consumable.
I agree.
If that makes sense.
I agree.
I haven't watched coverage yet. I want to rewatch it, or not rewatch it, watch it. Mm-hmm. So hopefully I can do a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, like I don't think that they did a bad job by any means. I was expecting a little bit higher quality of a performance from an event like Paupergeddon, I think.
Was like camera quality and stuff okay?
No, like all of that was totally fine for like what it was. Like camera, I had no gripes with like the production quality. Okay. Maybe like the breaks between rounds were a little long and chat was, but that's gonna happen. It's like a Magic tournament with a very low budget to do this stuff. Like that just is how it works.
The only people that could really afford to do that is Wizards of the Coast themselves.
And they're because they're front loading a bunch of stuff ahead of time. And like I don't want to harp too much on this. Like I think everyone did a good job. Like they got a whole team of people working on it. Like it's great. I'm really glad the coverage exists at all. I just think that it could have been a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more educational, a little bit more enticing, I guess is the word I want to use.
Okay. Interesting.
That's all.
No, okay. That's good. Yeah, and we are like, at least I am. I don't know about Thomas if he's grateful or not about it, but I'm really grateful like there is coverage of the style event, because that's crazy to think like this was a like grassroots event to start out with. It's kind of in that in between spot of like when we had Morgan on talk about and how all the tickets go to like the not the LPI but the what's the Paupergeddon League. It's just like Road to Paupergeddon League stuff. Like all the tickets go to like that league. Is it the LPI?
LPI, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So all the tickets like go to like the LPI first.
Like the people who are like qualified through points or people who are in the LPI.
Yes.
Like,
And
they
then,
get access to tickets
and
first.
then
Yes,
50 tickets open to the public after, just because like there's not that many like
there
spots.
aren't that many left.
Like they're at like that place where it's like, okay, we're starting to need a bigger venue, but it's like that awkward in between growing pain of it.
Right.
So
they capped 750 people.
Awesome.
750 people.
So yeah, I think was this the 30th year too?
No,
or
this is their
not
10th,
30th.
30th.
Sorry,
What are you
that's
talking?
Magic the Gathering. That is Magic the Gathering.
Well, that's
It's
32 years.
Yeah, my bad. Wasn't it like the 5th anniversary or 10th anniversary or something?
This is the 10th. This year is the 10th anniversary. I think the summer, either the spring or the summer edition is the official 10th anniversary.
Okay,
event.
That'd be cool. Like if they could get like 1,000
Yeah.
like a bigger venue or stuff. But like I don't know. Like I've never been there. I haven't seen the venue. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
There
venue
are
spaces
currently
cost in
fewer
Italy.
people signed up for the Spotlight series in 2 weeks than there were for that Pauper.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Also excited for that limited set. Side note, but shall we dive?
Let's dive because this tournament was great.
It
It was a lot of Jund Wildfire. Every time I turned on coverage, it felt like Jund Wildfire was like in the feature match area, and it did. And Jund Wildfire did really well.
I mean, that's a deck we've
overall.
been claiming to ban for a while. Like we've said,
Oh,
like,
clearly.
the Jund Wildfire deck is just way over limit. I mean, it just needs to go.
No, it's just. I mean, it's just it's the deck containing the most amount of good cards in the format.
So Scintillas for trios bought Walker 75s. I almost said A-Walk. That's Austin. Walker 75s, Jund Wildfire's sideboard guide.
735.
And thank you. And he was like, when I was looking at their sideboard plan against Glee, it was really interesting that sideboarding out all the Chrysalises and like putting in like the 2 or 3 Avenging Hunters in, because you're a deck like that. The Chrysalis is just you're a deck. The Chrysalis is just going to get chumped by their spawns and stuff, and they can afford to chump it for 3 turns and Deadly Dispute and off their Ickers and just keep turning through their library. Like the Avenging Hunter having trample, you're pressuring them, and you have like such a good engine your own with all the Icker Wellspring effects and the Cleansing Wildfires that can cantrip when you draw them, and like also keep your mana hungry.
Those dastardly Icker Wellsprings.
And like so you can exactly those dastardly Icker Wellsprings. So like the Jund Wildfires deck is in a good spot to like, it has this really, really strong card advantage engine, but it's also playing cast downs, and it can afford snuff out, unlike Grixis Affinity, because of Cleansing Wildfire.
Yes.
And you're also like, again, just pairing that with the card draw.
It's right on that line where you get to play Refurbished Familiar and you have a consistent way to get your swamp for snuff out.
Yeah.
And it's not just like trying to naturally draw it or anything. You could Wildfire into it. You could play a troll if you really wanted to. Like, there's a lot of options to do things like that.
So I think the combination of that, especially like you said, the Refurbished Familiar can get scrappy too. It's just, I feel like this pressure plus removal, like disruption, I think that's all just a really good recipe to be geared to beat Brute Scale.
I agree. It was Refurbished Familiar led to a lot of success over the weekend. If you look through the top 32 list, we can even talk. We can just like rip off the Band-Aid now and also talk about the winning list, which is super super sick. Because Refurbished Familiar also is subsidizing these new Pactdoll Terror lists.
Oh man,
which is so sick. In a few different varieties. So the first place list from Lorenzo Montagna. Should I just? I'll just read off the top 8 real quick here. Let's read off the top 8. In first place, I'll go. Sorry, why am I starting with first place? In 8th place, Mislav Dinarina on Grixis Affinity. In 7th place, Matteo Confora on Black Green Splashing Red Glee. In 6th place, Fabio Lemonaca on Jund Wildfire. In 5th place, Adam Bazika on Black Green Glee. And those are the only 2 Glee decks in top 8. They both lost in the quarterfinals. Though there are 8 copies of Glee in the entire top 32. Okay. They're 25% of the top 32. In 4th place, Mattia Picenti on Mono Blue Fairies. In 3rd place, Ernesto Jacopo Variale on Jund Wildfire. In 2nd place, Paolo Don Francesco, also on Jund Wildfire. 3 Jund Wildfire decks in top 8. And in first place, as I said earlier, Lorenzo Montagna playing this super, super sick Gardens deck with Pactdoll Terror.
Mono black main board.
Mono black in the main. A land base of 12 swamps, 4 Vault of Whispers, 4 Colony Gardens, and then a handful of green cards in the sideboard as well. But just jamming Pactdoll Terror, and also notably Shambling Ghast into the Gardens deck. I don't know if Shambling Ghast has like generally been a thing in the Gardens decks. It tends to just like
sideboard sometimes for injury.
Yeah, sometimes.
Mono
but
red's super popular.
I think this is a really, really.
But you also don't see Refurbished Familiar in Gardens ever.
Well, sometimes you do. But like people were flirting with it when when MH3 first came out. They were flirting with the Gardens.
There
with
are some
Familiar.
people that have been doing something kind of in between, like the Affinity and garden deck that's not Jund Wildfire.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like we've seen Jund Gardens in the past.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't playing Burberry at all for the most part.
Or at least not to this extent of being all in. Like this is like a mono black kind of artifact-ish like control deck where it's getting to use the tech of Colony Garden with the Deadly Dispute effects to great effect. But it's also leaning on Pactdoll Terror as your kind of like Pactdoll Terror is like their writhing chrysalis, basically. People have been calling it and stuff. Like,
I mean, what a card we missed too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, we said it, but we're like, 4 mana seems expensive.
Right, but this thing is good. I'll just read it again for folks. Pactdoll Terror is 3 and a black for an artifact creature. It's a 3/4, and when this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I saw folks like killing this, like going out of their way to almost 2-for-1 themselves, killing this when they were at like 9 because it was too close to death.
Yeah.
Like this thing was really good, and the Shambling Ghast. There are only 2 copies of Kuldotha in the entire top 32. I want to state this Shambling Ghast tech, not only in Glee but also in like these styles of decks, I think is super sick. I've been playing a lot of the mono black sacrifice deck that like I talked about last week. It's super fun, and Shambling Ghast is like the best sack sack fodder
that deck is so
deck.
cool.
Like it's really cool, and Shambling Ghast is a really important part of that deck because not only can it trade with like early Kuldotha creatures, sack it with Deadly Dispute to kill something with fairies, but it just can like make another artifact that just is a treasure to like turbo out your familiars, play a Crypt Rats a little bit ahead of schedule and be able to hold up a black mana against certain things. It's a treasure for Pactdoll Terror. Like Shambling Ghast is I think people have finally come around to how strong this card really is. And I think this is a great showcase of it. Like Pactdoll Terror, I think takes like the main spotlight of this is the new card. This is like
I think
the mid-range engine.
I
here.
also want to note that is yet another card that we have just kind of went.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think we
We've
talked
just kind
about
of-
it. We're
we
like,
just
it's 4 mana. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's 4 mana, not gonna do anything. Nope, it's just the best card.
And
from the
I think
set.
because of Pactdoll Terror, it like made people look at Shambling Ghast again. Because your deck, that deck, the mono black deck you're talking about, Thomas, that you've been jamming, it doesn't play Pactdoll Terror.
No.
But like I think like Pactdoll Terror was like an eye opener of like, okay, this card is pretty good. It is pretty versatile. Like it pings 1/1s off really easy.
Yeah.
And like ramping you with the treasure, especially like in the Glee perspective, like ramping you into a chrysalis, fixing your mana is great. But like in your perspective, it's like it makes something to sacrifice. It makes another piece of cardboard. We see this already with Felderan Epicure, Thraben Inspector, just these
It's
cards
the Black
that-
Thraben Inspector.
It is, we have said that before,
Yeah.
like way back in the past. It is the Black Thraben Inspector. These 1 mana creatures that come with another piece of cardboard is very, very good. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Croissant knew the whole time.
Croissant did.
Pepperidge Farm knows.
Pepperidge Farm
remembers. But this list is so sick. I think it's something that I kind of came to is, and I talked about a little bit in our Discord. Join the Discord if you haven't already. We're 1 person away from 100.
Wow,
which is pretty sick.
That is sick.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Something that I thought about is like this refurbished. We've talked before about like the refurbished familiar Ichor Wellspring Deadly Dispute core in black right now. That's just really strong. And now you have a 1-drop with Shambling Ghast that people have like kind of realized is really good with that shell too. So you can fit that in. Now you have Pactdoll Terror on top of it. Not to mention, we're in an era where you have to be prepared for Brood Scale combo.
Snuff Out's
And
at
so,
an
like,
all-time high.
exactly.
Yeah.
Snuff Out is at an all-time high. Like Snuff Out is across like all of these black, like almost all of these black decks are running Snuff Out outside of the Affinity decks.
So I actually want to put my little historian hat on here for a second.
Sure.
That card did not see play like at all
Snuff Out.
prior, yeah, like almost at all prior to like I want to say about 2 years ago.
Like when Terror became a deck.
Why?
It just didn't. The card never saw play. Card is like literally almost never seen play. Like not that I can remember. If it was like the mono black deck, but no other deck played black cards. Like the mono black like Devotion deck, the Grey Merchant deck.
Or
no other deck played.
The black card's just not as good as anything else you could do.
No. The
Well,
blue
now-
cards were all insane.
Right.
Yeah, it's Pauper.
Well,
was
now
like,
the black cards are really
It's
good.
like the blue cards were always good. It's like there's a Tron variant that was always like good.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
was like these white, like the Glint Hawk, Core Skyfisher decks. Like
Yep.
that card's
Mull Drifter
never been
piles,
very.
yeah.
Card was like never saw play.
Pauper definitely has like shifted as an era from like blue being the most dominant color to like black kind of taking over.
Oh, this is
And
weird.
I
Certainly
hear a lot of talk about like it being like because of MH3 cards, like the combination of restraints that Refurbished Familiar and Writhing Chrysalis has put on the format, because you can't really be a mono black control deck like Gardens when Furby exists until you start playing Furby yourself to recoup that card advantage, as we're seeing now, because that card is just an inherit 2 for what. It feels so bad to defile that after you already discard another card.
Right,
Or
but
if
you
it,
can
like,
just
hits you for
sacrifice
2.
Shambling Gas and boop.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's true. That is true. So Shambling Gas is the answer. It's the Band-Aid. But another spoiler alert real quick, too. I guess spoiler alert. We already talked about top 8. There was 14 out of 16 decks in the top 8 that were playing Ichor Wellspring and Deadly Dispute.
Yeah.
So that's 14 out of 16 decks that were
tracks.
black decks. Like that is really wild.
I mean, that tracks. It's the most powerful card advantage thing you could do in the format.
Yeah.
And that's not like a surprise.
Yeah, that is quite a bit. That's like treading unhealthy territory. 14 out of 16 in the top 8 were black decks playing those 2 cards. That is a lot. I don't know.
Remember, I want to go back to whatever episode it was that I said Deadly Dispute is the card.
I don't think Deadly Dispute still needs to be banned, though.
I'm not saying, but
Yeah.
that has got to be on their radar of cards that like are incredibly strong for the format.
I just don't feel like these decks would care that much if Deadly Dispute got banned. But
I think that one piece of cardboard that adds a mana is
it is good. It is good. I'm not going to
so
deny
disgustingly good.
It is.
I agree.
Like very, very, very powerful. But these
decks would still exist.
I'm not
Yes,
saying that they
yes,
wouldn't.
yes,
I'm saying
no,
But they would be knocked down a few points of percent, a few percentage points.
What I was going to say, like, I just kind of said that fact, like 14 out of 16 decks are playing like Ichor Wellspring. I don't know what to say about that, like, or how I feel about that. It's just is what it is right now.
You can say what you read on the Reddits.
Oh yeah. I it was funny. Like I saw on Reddit when the top 16 or whatever is posted, and then like somebody points out the fact that okay, if you have 14 out of 16 are playing Ichor Wellspring, and like everybody is just talking about ban Ichor Wellspring, ban Deadly Dispute. When a week ago everybody was crying about banning Brood Scale, and now that like the meta shifts immediately, everyone's like, okay, now ban the next best thing, and it's just like. Magic players are just like the biggest whiners ever about this stuff. It drives me nuts because I don't want to. I get it. If black is going to be 14 out of 16 top 8 or top 16, 14 or 15?
13.
15.
I just ran through top 16. It's 13 decks.
15 of them were black though.
Yes.
Yes, 15 of the decks were black decks.
Yes, yeah, because
Which is
all the Koldothas are in top 32.
That probably is a little too much, but again, like let's give it time. Let's see what happens. Maybe there is a preference of the Italian players liking black mid-range decks or liking Deadly Dispute a lot.
My part of my point where we were getting to with the refurbished core with Deadly Dispute and getting to snuff out is because Brood Scale is quote the best deck. And, you have to be able to kill a Brood Scale, basically at any point, in order to play a deck that wants to advance a game plan over several turns,
I agree
you
with you.
have to play Snuff Out. And which means you have to play black, which means you better be playing Deadly Dispute.
And Ichor Wellsprings.
And probably Ichor Wellsprings and
that's how you
Refurbished
can afford
Familiars.
to
And it's
one
just
for one them.
and there you go. That's Jund Wildfire is that way. Affinity's been that way. These Pactdoll Terror decks are this way.
That's the only way you can afford a 1-for-1 a
Right.
resilient combo deck
Right.
is if you're just drawing a million cards to recoup it.
Right.
I
think
that
this
your removal spell is free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then you can advance any sort of game plan because you don't have to commit mana to holding up a Cast Down or a Galvanic Blast or whatever.
So yeah, maybe a Brood Skill ban is a good place to start.
Right.
Just to see, okay, what does the meta look like from here? Maybe people can chill out with the black decks, but I'm sure everybody's excited to play Pactdoll Terror now and stuff. I don't blame them.
I'm excited to play Pactdoll Terror.
And the mono black deck that you've been playing is super cool.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, maybe it chills out a little bit and stuff. It is really weird to see such a lack of blue cards.
I mean, it's kind of hard to keep up with Deadly Dispute and Refurbished Familiar in these numbers.
And
for this specific tournament.
Maybe
maybe in a month it's different.
Maybe if Brood Scale gets banned and people are still just jamming these super mid-rangey Deadly Dispute decks, something like Tron can come around and just go so over the top of you. It's like
other combo decks get to come back and play
It's
in a way they haven't been able to for a few months,
like Tron can laugh in the face at them and like play big cards that they can't keep up with.
Right?
And stuff,
Is that like
what?
Like if we ban Brood Scale, like the other combo decks get to come out and play in the sun, and then these black mid range decks like have to deal with that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like my thing is, there's always going to be a best deck.
Yes, and
it's okay.
And but you could not tell that to a reasonable Magic player.
No.
Like they cannot believe
wait,
multiple decks.
There's a reasonable Magic player.
That is true. We're playing Magic. We're all unreasonable.
Like it is okay for there to be a best deck. Just because there's a best deck does not mean that cards need to be banned out of the format.
Right. There are certain conditions where that is true. Like in Modern right now, Underworld Breach needs to go.
No arguments for me.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, we see that like backed up by win rates and stuff too.
We also see that. Well,
exactly.
I mean, that's also a symptom of you're playing main deck cards for the mirror match.
Yes.
Like just so you can have a shot in the mirror, and then more than half your sideboard in the mirror is for the mirror. Like, come on, like that's ridiculous. Like that's way too much. But back to Pauper.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's okay if I think we've all I think we've just agreed that like it's okay that Sadistically is not around. Like that.
I'm very fine with that getting banned. Honestly, I would be very fine with it and like Refurbished Familiar just going away. Because Refurbished Familiar is just a offensively overpowered printed card.
I mean, we did say it.
You read that card and you're like, oh yeah, that's the best card of the set besides Cranial Ram.
Well,
we did think that.
Before
Writhing Chrysalis
took the reins on that one.
No, I still think Refurbished Familiar is a better card.
I'm gonna say that Writhing Chrysalis took the cake on that one.
Yeah.
I think
we're slicing like so
again. They're the two best cards of the set.
Yeah,
we're not arguing that.
Yeah,
it's close. It's very close.
It's very close. You could give me an argument one way, I believe you the other way.
I want to see what post MH3 Pauper looks like without Brood Scale before we take any other action.
I can see like people's frustrations where it's not as bad as other formats because of the price. Like it doesn't sting quite as much, but it is a little annoying when you have decks that you really, really like, and then this new set just kind of comes out and it's just like overly power crept in every format. It's warping the format around it, and it's like, okay, that is frustrating. I don't love that. It is a little annoying when we'll get people complain about how stale Pauper is feeling, and then something shakes it up, and then we clam for it to get banned. And it's like, okay, didn't you want something to shake up the format, and now we want to ban the thing shaking up the format?
People just want something to complain about.
Yeah.
That's.
I'll always complain. I'll always complain about the complaining. That'll be my complaint.
That is true.
That's metal.
You are complaining about the complaint.
And again, like I agree that Glee should be banned. I wish Refurbished Familiar was just never printed as a Magic card. That card is stupid.
It's so
like
cool,
if you read that as a custom card, like if viewers sent us in custom cards and somebody sent us in Refurbished Familiar, we'd be like, you're stupid. No,
I would be like,
you're
that's
an idiot.
Sick.
No, I'd be like, you're an idiot. You can't print that. You're stupid. That's too good. And it just rolls out in a set.
Okay,
that card's way too good. I'm offended.
I don't think they're making cards with Pauper. Mine's the thing.
No, they're not. Which I'm glad, because otherwise they're gonna commander and ruin the format.
They printed Cranial Ram.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't even get to play with Cranial Ram.
Correct.
But the thing is, Gavin is on the PFP.
Well, I know.
So
he's not a card designer.
He's a head. I thought he like lead set design.
Well, but he's not like a get in the muck and like design the like literal. He might do something. But he's like an overall.
Yes, that's my thing
person.
though. Like he has
like
a heavy hand in Magic.
Yeah.
So that like puts me at some rest of like, I know someone on the inside is looking out a little bit for us at the very least, and we saw that when the PFP pre-banned Cranial Ram, which I agree with, but just.
It surpassed all of our expectations of when it got banned.
Yeah, I was happy with that. I thought that was appropriate, but
I just wanted like a week.
I don't know, like the really really push cards are a bit kind of annoying from the MH3 stuff, and
I mean, and that's just a symptom of the set. I mean, it's just looking at what that is.
I have said it before,
because I mean, so they designed the set as a limited set. Like obviously they focus way more on that than they used to back in the day, right?
I think they designed the set as a modern set first and foremost, and
Not at the common and uncommon level. The common
That's
and uncommon
true,
level,
that's
they
true.
specifically
Yes,
designed
yes,
it to
that's
be a
true.
high-powered limited
Yes,
format.
you're
Every
correct,
Modern
you're right.
Horizons draft set, drafting it, awesome.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
they're great limited sets.
Yeah, especially when
Yeah.
people didn't know how to like draft it the first week, and you could have like 3 Chrysalises in your deck. Yeah,
It turns out that that's just the highest win rate common ever printed. Period.
ever. Yeah, that one was a little egregious, maybe.
So there's that.
I mean, Sprout Swarm existed.
Highest win rate common.
Sprout Swarm.
No, Writhing Chrysalis there, homie. Sorry.
I might be Sprout Swarm. I don't know. We
No,
didn't have
it's
data
Writhing,
back
it's
then.
Writhing Chrysalis.
We didn't have data back then. We can't know.
The cards were just
not a ton of people knew about Sprout Swarm back
The cards were just worse too. Like the cards going around in the limited set were just worse. Like this set was designed to make Writhing Chrysalis a busted card at common.
Yeah,
Like
that's what. So when everybody's playing dog crap and you have Sprout Swarm, it's even better.
Dog, is that what the little white one, the white 2-drop dog with counters was called?
Yeah.
Dog crap.
Oh,
The Selesnya common. Yeah, dog crap.
Faithful Watchdog. You mean?
Yeah.
oh the 3/3.
The watch wolf.
Faithful Watchdog.
And yeah, it's a watch wolf.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you
what that
talking about
is.
the?
It's a
Are you talking about the
green
one
white
image
3/3.
3?
It's a 2-mana 3/3.
Yeah. There's just 3 counters on it. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's watch wolf.
The original one is Watchwolf. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Now.
Green white 3/3.
Ha, ha.
Original Ravnica set.
Getting a little bit off top, but yeah. I see what you're saying. Like they are like designing powerful commons and uncommons for the limited format, and we've talked about it before. And with like Kali Kai's on, it's like really cool when we get fun role players, like stuff like Thraben Charm and Malevolent Rumble. What a sick card to exist. Maybe it's like a little
Eviscerator's Insight.
Yeah, maybe-
really great take on the dispute effects.
That one's not too. Yeah. Or I'm saying but like Malevolent Rumble and like Thraben Charm, maybe a little too pushed for their rarity and standard. Like I could see Insight being fine standard, but like maybe like those 2 cards being too pushed for a standard draft environment, but like being perfectly fine here, and like that's cool. But like again, just like the raw power level of like Refurbished Familiar is just
I mean, we did like look at that card and
Offensive.
we went, that card's
like no doubt in our
Correct.
mind that it was playable.
Yeah, I mean, I never said it. Well,
Yeah, exactly. No.
But
And
it was,
then
it's funny because immediately
and Grixis has always been
but
good.
it immediately took a hit. Well, it wasn't immediate. Well, it immediately took or Refurbished Familiar immediately took a hit once people started to figure out that Writhing Crystals was insane as it was.
Yes.
Because it kind of it sort of invalidates the Familiar a little bit. It looks pretty embarrassing into it.
Yeah. I mean, but
no,
If
there's
it's
like a
sitting-
balance now. It's like
Right. Well, you just play both of them.
yeah, just play both.
Yeah, but-
just play with John Wildfire. Just play both.
I was about to say, yeah, it's not too embarrassing when you got both inside your battlefield or you're blinking it and stuff,
yeah.
but hitting their draw step, that's fun. Draw a card for turn on your
I'm
draw
right-
step.
If I'm right, this thing
Yeah, I don't know. The rat lock stuff is kind of funny,
is
but like,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is it egregious? Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of those 2 cards, I guess, but I give a take of I came into Pauper post MH2. So as Pauper existed, like that was how I knew Pauper already. So like bridges to me have always been a part of Pauper. So like that's a take I don't understand as the ban bridges, because to me that has always been a part of Pauper.
As someone who was not playing for a little bit pre the bridges being printed, from my time prior to that, like the artifact lands were good in like 1 deck, 2 decks.
Mm-hmm.
That was really it. Was just like it was always just Affinity. That was really it, because like no other deck really played them.
I guess
Like,
this.
I mean, but that also but these bridges now allow again, the PFP has stated how much they love the wildfire cleansing wildfire interaction, which is just a part of the format.
I think
right?
it's cool. I think that interaction is dope.
Yeah. Someone in Discord made an interesting point that they could just print like just tapped typed duels that are just indestructible, and then they could just ban the bridges, and then you still can do cleansing wildfire, but that doesn't have to be tied to artifact lands.
Yeah.
Which I thought was an interesting angle, and I hadn't thought about before.
How many dust it does people?
That's the
I
point.
know.
Yeah, that actually makes things a little bit worse, because then you're like having to exile permanents that way. Like that feels kind of.
Yeah.
But what's your
icky.
favorite color in Pauper? Is it white?
I mean, yeah,
You like white
in
cards.
Pauper.
0 white cards on the top. 16.
that does not surprise me in the slightest.
Kinda
they're
sad.
It's the worst color in Pauper right
That
now.
sucks.
I mean, it's just poorly. It stacks up poorly against these wildfire piles and Glee.
One
Yeah.
deck playing
You know,
white.
I was
in
like,
the
you
top
can
32.
shore up one or the other. I don't think you can
Right.
do both. You can shore up, like, obviously they figured out how to shore up the Glee matchup.
Yeah.
You just play a ton of
honor guards.
honor guards.
And they,
Right.
obviously, like people weren't doing it here though.
Well-
One deck was Guess what the one white deck was?
It's Cycle Storm.
Well, you have your Drannith Healer.
The most white deck I've ever seen.
Yeah, we have Drannith Healer. Good job.
Yeah.
But like,
It's actually just
Colorless
another
Honor
black
Guard
deck.
plus like Thraben Charm is like a really good recipe to beat Glee, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's fine, but like then you can't beat Wildfire. It's like
Right.
your deck is going to lose to Wildfire.
Yeah, those two decks being existing, it's like I can be like fast enough to get under Glee of Kadotha, but it's like Wildfire will laugh at you, and then like a lot of
they
the
also
Glee
just
decks
have like a way to wrath you.
Yeah, and the Glee decks are slimming up, and we're seeing now the Shambling Gas, like they're slimming up, and like wow, that really buys you some percentage points against Mono Red. So maybe Mono Red isn't quite fast enough to get under Glee,
Which
Right.
is kind of terrifying.
like as Thomas said earlier, it's just like this Wildfire deck being able to consistently grab that swamp with the Wildfire and that engine with the free interaction. It's just like the perfect thing to deal with this Brood Scale deck.
Yep.
And you can't really go over the top of this deck right now. Like with something like Tron, like if Tron is able to go over the top of it, Deadly Dispute is pretty good with Thicker Wellspring. I don't know if there is going over the top of that with a crazy draw engine. Like if you play Denrovenholer, if they just cast down it, whatever, who cares?
Right.
So
Just
you got your
throw-
one card.
Stick your 4 Duresses in from the board.
Or
just
like even if you Denrovenholer me and you make me discard 2 cards and I'm like sitting there with like a Deadly Dispute and Ichor Wellspring on the board, and I'm like,
It's
okay,
just like,
I'll figure it out from here.
Right.
It's like me. I don't even know if you can go over this deck. So there not being something that's going over Jund Wildfires is kind of a problem right now, I think, because you can't. Otherwise, Brood Scale eats you up.
Right. Yeah. So this is the moment we find ourselves in where there are some spots, like I think the blue decks that are seeing some amount of success, like the Fairies decks, whether it's mono blue or blue black, we see this Fairies deck in top 4. Like obviously they had to play through a good amount of Jund Wildfires and Glee to get to this spot. They may have even beaten one of those decks in their quarterfinal match just to be in top 4 in the first place. Like that is a way where you can stick a threat, like be the tempo deck that is good against the mid-range deck or the combo deck, where you can stick something, you have counter spells, a reasonable clock that's kind of snowballs. That's kind of what you need to be doing if you want to be if you want to be playing from another angle, because otherwise it's just try to have the busted fast Coldotha start every time, and that's not going to happen every time, because that's like the low percentage of the amount of draws
Even
anyway.
there for Fairies, you have like one way to deal for Furbish Familiar, and that's like counterspell
or Null's post board.
Yeah,
and
that's
even
true. But
just
like they have so much, like Jund Wildfire has so much game against you game 1.
Yeah.
They have Nyxborn Hydra, they have Writhing Chrysalis, you have Refurbish Familiar, and like if they just play a game where they draw 3 or 4 of these cards, it can be hard for you to get going, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not saying it's always easy.
No, and there will be the games, like we've played this matchup before, Thomas.
Yeah.
And we've had that experience
tough.
where I like played a Nyxborn Hydra as a 1/2, and it's like, that's really hard to beat.
Yeah, yeah, that's it was the second trios. It was the first one I played. Like one of Derek's last, like a match we won was against a member of Team Hot Dogs, Jacob, on Fairies, and we were playing the Jund Wildfires deck. Derek was playing it, and we're just like, let's just jam this 2/3 Hydra on turn 3, and it won us the game.
But there's also the games where like, oh, you're playing 1 spell a turn against Fairies, idiot counter spell Surge Sprite.
Yeah, and you just have it all. Yeah. You just have to like those things happen too. It's it's tough. It's an interesting spot. I like how much back and forth there is. Like there's a lot of interactive games. It feels like when you're playing these decks in this exact Pauper format, where you have Glee, Jund Wildfires, Fairies, Coldotha Red, Affinity, and then like everything else kind of a little like splinters off after that. You have these decks where like the first few turns are so important. I'm a big fan of playing Magic where sequencing your plays in such a way where you are advancing your game plan, but also doing so in the right way you need to play around how your opponent needs to sequence. That's the type of Magic I love to play.
But you know, it's not really fun when like you're playing a deck like Black White Blade, or you're playing Fairies, like these decks where it's like, man, I'm playing so tight, I feel so smart and stuff, and it's like, damn, my opponent drew 3 Chrysalises and a Blood Fountain. guess I lose. I got outskilled so hard there. It's just like we've had that conversation with Robson a lot.
Yeah, draw better.
You can, I mean, yeah, but like you can. It's easy to beat the first 2 Chrysalises. It's just like the next 2 or the next 3 or 4 from Bloodfountain.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. If you set yourself up in a way where like when it gets to that point, it's not as big of a deal as it could have been because you've set yourself up, you prepared for it, you know it's coming, and you can deal with it. I'm not saying it's easy or enjoyable for some people. Like, you know, if that's not your jam, I'm sorry, but like I'm a Spike. I like thinking about these things.
No, I do too. I like casting Writhing Crystals. Trust me.
Yeah. No, it's powerful.
Like you said, I'd be cool with seeing what Writhing Chrysalis looks like outside of Brood Scale once Brood Scale's.
That's the thing,
because it's probably gonna happen because everybody complained enough where it probably will go away.
Right.
I'm cool with that. And
because I think,
are we getting a glimpse of that future, or is it just Jund Wildfires? Is that the future? Because like that compared with Furby is really powerful.
Well, I think that could potentially just become the de facto like top deck or one of the top decks for sure. But then the combo decks and the other sorts of like aggressive-ish decks that Glee has kind of like kept down,
like Cycle Storm, or like can take advantage of it.
Well, like White Weenie can like pop back up a little bit again.
Not with Jund Wildfire existing.
All right. Well,
I think it's your like best card in the matchup is going to just be the Prismatic Strands in your deck, because you have to be able to beat the like Quark Clan toxin nonsense. So like if you can beat that, then I think it's fine. But like it's even then like Writhing Crystals still just like eat your whole deck. Like because then you're fly because like you're part of your like the cool part about the Weenie deck is that you just get to play a bunch of these flyers that are really good. And now you like they just get all completely invalidated by Writhing Crystals.
And we are seeing right now like just 3 MH3 cards just being better than everything else that has been printed before them. And it is a little frustrating. I can see that because it's happening in every single format that these damn cards are legal in. And I don't know why I have such a hatred towards MH3 and not MH2.
You're not alone. Did you watch the video I posted in Discord?
No.
You should watch it. Spike posted a MH3 retrospective.
God, I hate MH2 is cool.
And how to move forward. Yeah.
I liked MH2.
I liked MH2. MH2 fixed a lot of I'm kind of paraphrasing from Spike, but like MH2 like kind of fixed a bunch of problems because like MH1 kind of MH1 was did a similar thing to Modern and other formats that MH3
outside of
did.
Hogak, MH1 was kind of cool.
Well,
and
Arkham's Astrolabe, Urza, like these.
Okay.
There
Renin 6.
Renin 6 at the time, like
which would like completely shut Legacy down.
Yeah. Like there were some issues. There were some issues. So
as your future Legacy seed, I hope you care. Like I told you,
just register some legal cards. I don't know.
I do own legal cards. So
anyway, I don't know. I don't really. I'm just gonna say I don't really know what the right.
No. None of us do.
Path is like I'm not a member of the format.
You're
panel.
Not a game designer.
I don't like Pauper. Like
doesn't play the format.
And we're not talking about like the underlying issue of the format too right now. Just like Limbus being just like the complete.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Okay, I have this pulled up.
Oh my god!
Our buddy from Team Trios, shout out to Jacob Wedding.
Hell yeah.
Our buddy from Team Trios. It was his first time playing Pauper, and he actually like loved it.
Yeah,
he had a good time.
He had a blast, and then he posted in our Discord the most wild Pauper.
But we couldn't get him to play Pauper before this. Like,
no,
we
tried. We couldn't.
We tried so hard,
but he was forced to by his teammates. Finally,
yeah,
and it was hilarious.
And then he borrowed Austin's Blade deck.
I'm burning his game in like the top 4. I'm watching him and Silly, Mr. Centilli, play against each other, and like. Centillus plays like Olympus, and Jacob's like, that card is so stupid. Like, that card's so good. I'm like, I like start laughing. Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, I think that card's too good. And he has an Icar Wellspring in play with a Deadly Dispute. And I'm like, okay.
What?
So I'm gonna read what he posted in our like
it's so good.
Like our personal like Nashville Discord.
Unhinged.
So this is from Jacob Wedding, 3/21/25, 3:01 p.m. The Pauper format in Magic the Gathering is dangling over the abyss in 2025, and as a self-proclaimed expert, having graced the format with my genius exactly once, I can confidently say it's all because of the cards like Limbus and Writhing Chrysalis. Limbus is utterly cracked. It scries 1 and draws a card like a poor man's ponder, then shuffles back into your deck. Shuffles back! So you can keep dredging up its smug little face for round 2. And that 3 life gain, it's Time Walk and Pauper's Grindy Trenches, where every life point is a fortress sneering, catch me if you can. Wizards banned this self-recycling menace now before my vast expertise from that one game is waste on despaired. Then there's Writhing Chrysalis, the infuriating Eldrazi token vomiter that turned my flawless deck into a shambling wreck, mocking me with every spawn. It's not just broken, it's a personal attack. Ban it too. I plead half serious, half weeping from one match pedigree. Pauper deserves salvation.
Incredible.
Pauper's Jesus Christ, Jacob Wedding. I love that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What a good egg.
That was like any.
It warmed my heart to read
I kind of feel bad that we hijacked this Paupergeddon episode and just like because it has been the hot button issue and it is kind of funny to see
it kind of flounder
like the band talk completely just 180 turn
to the most like unassuming card like imaginable.
Like Ichor Wellspring Deadly Dispute. It's like, what are we talking about?
And
okay. The Deadly Dispute, I can understand. There was another good comparison that someone made in our Discord, was that, like, when every deck is playing it, like, do you make that, like the One Ring in Modern? Like, I thought that comparison was actually
that is
an
a good
interesting thing to
comparison.
think about.
It is.
Like, it's different. Someone else pointed out, like, well, Deadly Dispute is only in black, and I'm like, well, like, color doesn't really
15 out of the
matter
16
with all
decks
your
are black.
treasures. Like, they're all. But then that's what led to my like maybe there won't be so many black decks when you have to play like Cast Down and Snuff Out to deal with Brood Scale.
That is
so
interesting.
like and Brood Scale itself is a black deck.
But again, like I'm not convinced if the combo deck is gone. That combo, like if this is such a prominent combo deck, like is there going to be another combo deck that can beat this Writhing Chrysalis?
Well,
I guess it is a creature combo deck. It is different from like it's interacting with.
I think the next best deck that just got completely replaced by this was just the Goblin combo deck.
Sure.
Okay, that's also a deck that I'm sure Joe Wildfires will gladly crap on with its infinite draw spells and removal.
No argument.
Yeah. So I think like the way to take advantage of it is stuff like Cycling Storm and Two-Land Spy, which
I'm just saying I think that's the deck that like most closely like fits that slot.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's the I have duress in my creature combo deck kind of.
And that was like an up and coming deck right before MH3 came out too. We did see that like
there was like huge pick up on like
Hamuda was crushing with it for months. Yeah.
So I don't know. I am interested to see what the format looks like with that Brood Scale. Hopefully we don't need to play black, but like I said, it's really hard to imagine
get away with having Writhing Crystals in the format and still not needing black cards.
It's hard for me to imagine like seeing Refurbished Familiar, Writhing Chrysalis paired with its Deadly Dispute, Ichor, Wellspring Engine just not being the best thing. Like those cards are powerful, very.
Yeah, so I know one of the decks we mentioned that would potentially be good, and I actually don't think it actually gets that good because of the namesake card is Wildfire. We're talking about Tron. It's like well, just Wildfire their land.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You beat them by wildfiring their Tron land.
Yeah. Another little.
So
I don't know. Like my closing thought on that is, I gave you my thoughts on. I wish your first one just was never printed. I want to see what the format looks like after a whatchamacallit ban, Glee ban, but or not Glee or Brood Scale, whatever you ban, probably Brood Scale since it's the newer card that just randomly broke everything.
I think that card's fine on its own.
Yeah,
but
I mean, so sadistically.
I think there's space for like Brood Scale to be a card that exists in the format, like that was okay. Like it's just a fine card, but like. What deck is going to play Glee without it being a combo deck?
I mean, it's pretty funny putting it on a Writhing Chrysalis. You're not going to play it. I don't think there's a deck that plays Brood Scale either, though, to be fair. Like, maybe in the future there's more broken spawn crap.
But anyways.
But who knows?
It's actually kind of good to be chatting about this week because a week from exactly today, we're recording this on Monday, like a week from today is when the banner restricted announcement comes out for the like the quote regular formats, and I imagine that the Pauper format panel will make an announcement on that day as well. So this is kind of a good time to just like take real stock of this because it wasn't like last Paupergeddon where it was just an all Glee final and everyone the sky is falling. Like Glee did very well. It's 25% of this top 32. Like it was a very good choice for the tournament. It's still kind of the best deck and like the best thing to be doing in
everybody
quotes.
you can't like obviously we've discussed it at length before before. It's
You
like,
have
can't-
to respect
you
it.
Can't build your deck without having that deck in mind.
But
Exactly.
Pauper will always have decks like that.
And I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, I mean
It's
every
just,
format.
it's just
does.
that this one is particularly punishing.
Yes.
Yeah. I
I have no other thoughts.
looking at this meta, this is a single tournament. Let's remember that. This is a
Yes.
one tournament. A big tournament, yes, with very skilled players. Europeans are better at Magic than us.
Certainly at Pauper.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
Probably not Nashville, but
Well, yeah.
Nashville soft.
Grudge match.
That's before both of your time.
Yeah, it is. But looking at this meta specifically, I don't like seeing 15 out of 16 decks being black. I don't like seeing that much Deadly Dispute and stuff. Like, you look at that, that is not healthy. If this is what the meta looks like something needs to happen. If this is what the meta looks like post Glee, just with like Jund decks and still like black decks being the best thing to do, maybe something needs to happen. But the sky isn't falling in like all of this black being so dominant. We are seeing new decks like Pactdoll Terror and Innovation. It's just like your innovation has to look like Deadly Dispute Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah, if that's just where you're starting for every innovation, that's just kind of silly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like.
I mean, that's where I started when I brewed that blue-black deck for you. It's just like, all right, it's going to include Ichor Wellspring, Refurbished Familiar, Deadly Dispute, and where do I go from there? Just like, is that really a brew? So I was chatting with an old Nashville friend today. I got to hang out with at work randomly. It was just like, he's just kind of feeling disenfranchised. He's like, it's so hard to brew in Magic these days. Just all the cards are like, well, there's so many cards, and they're all so powerful.
The obvious ones are pretty obvious.
Actually, I think a lot of that doesn't even necessarily do with the amount of powerful cards. It's the amount of gameplay that is allowed to occur now. You got to think between how many people currently play Magic Online and Arena versus
so the data just gets
condensed. The data
so
is
quickly.
so fast.
Yeah. But again,
so quick.
Let's look at what just won this tournament. Right. I would say that's a brew if somebody showed up with that.
Oh, absolutely. And this deck is sick. And I also mean, finish your point, and then I want to talk specifically about Pactdoll before we wrap up.
Still with MH3 Pauper, Black Green Fog wasn't a deck until Kerplinski pulled it out of thin air. We see like these food gate decks Kerplinski has also made. Like
this mono black sacrifice deck has popped up,
yeah,
which is a Deadly Dispute deck, but Deadly Dispute is the worst of the dispute effects.
Donkey! You're right. All these decks play Deadly Dispute.
Yeah, dude. It's black. What do you mean, Black Green Fog? You're literally trying to heap gate treasures.
That deck falls apart so quick if it doesn't have Ichor Wellspring and Deadly Dispute.
Yeah,
like the games you lose are the games they counter those spells, and you're just like, and you don't draw another one. Like when Scintillus mulled the 4 and like duressed me 3 turn, or like turn 1 duress, turn 2 duress. I never saw Deadly Dispute effect, and he saw 3, and I'm like, well, I lose that game.
Yeah. You're down on cards.
Give me your Pactdoll wrap up. You're saying.
I wanted to talk about a little bit about not just, we talked a little bit about the first place list, but there were 2 other Pactdoll lists in top 16. Which is very exciting. Let me check my notes here. In 9th place, just outside of top 8, we have a true mono black Pactdoll Terror list featuring Glaze Fiend, which is a very sick, sick aggressive creature. It's 1 and a black for I believe it's also an artifact creature.
It is.
It's 1 and
it's an
pull
01
it up
correct?
here.
01
Yeah,
flying.
1 and a black for an 0/1 flying artifact creature. This is when another artifact enters battlefield under your control. Glaze Fiend gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So another really nice, fast, like burst damage sort of card. This list is playing a few more Blood Fountains and a full set of Fanatical Offerings alongside Deadly Disputes. Plus, all the duresses are in the main deck because I think this deck is just trying to be a little bit more aggressive. They also have a full set of Darksteel Citadels for extra artifact lands, which also helps grow your Glaze Fiend. And of course, the Refurbished Familiar core. They got a Grim Bauble in here. Another one, they got, Snuff Outs or Split. And they have 3 Thorn of the Black Rose in the sideboard. Like, this list is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And, just on the back of Pactdoll Terror being like a really solid mid-range threat to help push you over the edge when your early Glaze Fiends and Familiars like need a little bit of help in the mid-game, which is super sick.
Take out 4 Duress, add 4 Reckless Fireweaver. Let's go.
Easy. Well, I have seen some lists recently that are doing that. The other Pactdoll Terror list that was in the top 16, in 16th place exactly, the only creatures are 4 Familiars and 4 Pactdoll Terrors. But they're running a little extra removal, and they're splashing red with no red lands, so that's only off of the tread. Oh, that's not true. There are 2 Great Furnaces. I'm sorry, I misspoke. There are 2 Great Furnaces for a couple extra artifact lands. They're splashing for a single main deck copy of Makeshift Munitions, which is pretty cool.
It's funny as playing 2 Darksteel Citadels over the next 2 Great Furnaces. That's whack.
I don't necessarily. Well, I mean,
Well, what
I
artifact
guess.
hate that is playing that like people are playing? There's no white
No,
decks.
it's not.
so
It's
nobody's
not about.
playing-
It's not about artifact hate. You just don't always want a red source, but I guess it.
I mean, it's
red
just better
source
than
is
a colorless
basically just
source.
a colorless source.
Yeah, it's just better than the
weird.
colorless source. So I think you
Strange.
would just rather play that because like, what's the artifact hate? Declaimer, Troublemaker Oof, all that hits indestructible lands because people need to be ready for that for Grixis and Joan
Interesting.
Wildfires.
This list, they're splashing the makeshift munitions. In the sideboard, they have 3 Crypt Rats, 3 Toxin Analysis. So they have the Crypt Rats analysis plan in the board. But I think it's really cool to see Pactdoll Terror kind of like make a big splash,
yeah,
and also
especially-
just winning the tournament too in this really innovative Gardens list.
Especially like the biggest spotlight of our format. It is cool to see even a new card from a new set, a 4-drop too. That
I think it's very fitting. It felt very cool to see Glee not win, and it felt very cool to see a new card win. Like that was really really cool. Yeah, love it. And just the singleton spinning darkness just always makes me happy.
I think my favorite take out of this tournament so far has been somebody from our Discord said ban Swamp. I think that's the only way we can move on.
We just still Vault Whispers.
And the bridges. Just ban anything that makes black mana out of here.
So we need to get rid of Chromatic Star and Chromatic Sphere and
All of it.
all of these.
Dark Ritual.
Well, you need the blind mana to cast the Dark
Nope,
Ritual.
gotta ban it.
All commons are banned.
All
Breaking-
Songs of the
commons are
Damned.
banned.
Songs of the Damned. Gotta ban that one. Sorry, Cycle Storm fans.
Sorry, Hunter. Ban Hunter.
Ban him. It's too powerful.
If you made it this far, you better be playing some Deadly Disputes.
Yeah, it's really freaking good.
We had a big influx of reviews a couple months ago, and then it kind of flattened out. I'm a little disappointed in y'all. Let's get those numbers up. I said I want one more, so it just keeps matching with the episodes. If y'all could give us one new one a week, that'd be really funny.
That would makes me kind of funny.
Like, we like written reviews and stuff too, so if you want nice words to say, leave them. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, anything you want to share with us, you can join our Discord. That's like the best place to reach us and stuff. Like, well, we're pretty active there. I honestly a little less so active recently just because y'all been popping off, which is sick, and I'll read it.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes I'll just join the conversation too late, and I'm like, man, dang. But Thomas, you're really good at keeping up with it.
I try.
I'll chime in and stuff, and
I'm with you, Cameron.
Yeah.
It's become a lot.
I like
to see it.
No, I love read. I'll read it all.
Yeah, I mean, I end up
yeah.
reading it. I just like the thoughts that have happened. Like I'm like, oh, those are my thoughts. That I would.
But I like that we like made a community that can exist without us starting the
Yeah,
conversation.
they can all talk to each other.
Yeah, which is sick. I love that. But we're still there. So if you have any thoughts, we read it all, and there's mailbag questions and stuff there. Have any thoughts, concerns, comments, questions, want to join the conversation, go join that Discord. The link is in the bio below. If you just don't want to join that, you can send us an email at commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com. Link in that below description. Sometimes we're on Twitter. I like to open Twitter, and I like to close it immediately.
I have become very close to that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get BlueSky.
I'm on BlueSky more.
I might do that. I said that like the last 6 episodes.
Same. I'm very unmotivated to change things.
Social media on the internet is just like
It's
really
draining.
just like whatever nowadays.
draining.
It's like I just have cultivated my own spaces between our local Discord, now the Common Ground Discord, and like
Let me
I
just
don't
consume
really,
my brain rot, and
like,
then I'll just go on about my day.
Yeah, let me
watch stuff on YouTube. Like that's about it.
Get my
Just, like,
funny
whatever.
TikToks.
Yeah, I'll get my little brain rotting TikTok. Yeah,
I am on TikTok a little bit. It's
Yeah.
true.
I've noticed. I see Thomas Gunn active yesterday. I'm like, oh,
Oh, well, I
got a little
popped
brain-
on.
he got a
once
bra- he got a
once
little
every
brain
few
rot.
days.
I
Yeah.
get some brain rot content from Thomas. He'll send me some.
I do. I send you
And
guys
I'll
stuff
send
occasionally.
some to Thomas, and he'll be like, that's not appropriate.
So if you sent me that, I would find it funny.
Sometimes.
Likely.
Yeah.
I would likely find it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, fam, and good luck with the bannings, I guess.
Happy Bandmas, everyone.
Happy bannings next week.
If everybody got what they wanted, we would not be allowed to play the format. Like
Yeah.
there would be no cards.
There would be no
legal.
good cards left.
Like there would be no legal cards. We'd be playing Hill Giants.
All right. Later, everyone.
Bye.
I thought we already did this.
Yeah, I also thought we already did this. It's all right. I'll figure it out.
Croissant.
Croissant, I love you.